welcome to the session. This is Sweta, your English master teacher at Vedantu, and the lesson that we are going to do in one shot today is the heart of the tree. So, guys, a very warm welcome to ICSE Grade 10th in One Shot series. And let us begin this wonderful poem, which is very relevant in today's context when we are facing so many issues like global warming, so many environment related issues like global warming, ozone layer depletion, weather change, climate change, etc., etc. Right? So, because this is talking about the heart of a tree. Now, how is the heart of a tree? It's all embracing, it's magnificent because it gives us so many advantages, right? It is so kind hearted to give us so many advantages. So, let us see what are the advantages that the poet is talking about in this particular poem. Right. So this poem is written by an American poet and novelist Henry Kyler Bunner, and it was originally published in the 1912. And definitely, this is a fine piece of poetry with a great theme. It's talking about afforestation. Okay, afforestation, that is planting trees, and it is having a simple structure. So let us move ahead. Let us first have a read through the poem, and then we will be delving into the line by line analysis of the poem, after which we will be talking about the poetic devices and the important question and answers. Few of the important question and answers. I hope you have already visited the previous videos related to this particular session. So let us go through this particular poem first. So read it along with me, guys. Let us enhance our reading skills a bit and recitation skills as well. So reading and recitation, these are very important points, guys. Don't ignore these points. Take care. So what does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I. For song and mother croon of bird in hushed and happy twilight heard, the treble of heaven's harmony, these things he plants who plants a tree. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain, he plants the forest's heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty and far cast thought of civic good, his blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of our land. A nation's growth from sea to sea stirs in his heart who plants a tree. Okay, so this is the entire poem. So definitely you are seeing in every stanza the poet asks one question: what does he plant who plants a tree? And he gives himself the answer to this question, right? So now we will be delving into the explanation part, but before this, do tell me, guys, I hope you people are enjoying the session. And if you want to join us further, guys, in order to have 100% knowledge and score 100% marks, then there is the link which is going to give you the amazing opportunity, guys, and that is of course there in the description box and pinned comment. And the moment you take that, guys, you will be availing the unlimited live classes with fun and high level quizzes. You can compete with the students throughout the world. You can have interactive live quizzes with leaderboards. So the difference between the live classes and these sessions in the YouTube are we have limited sessions live in YouTube, but in the platform, guys, we provide you with unlimited live classes, unlimited. Okay, and you get access to all of them. Plus, even if you miss some class, you can watch the replay. Even then you don't feel bored, because there also you have quiz questions which is live. You have the leaderboard even there. Okay, so guys, live quiz is something which is going to benefit you, and every session is going to have that, and you are going to learn that concept, whatever it is, all the 6 subjects: English, maths, physics, biochemistry, social science, with interactive tools, okay, and in interactive and fun manner. So joy of learning is what you're going to get. Plus you can avail all the notes, guys, handwritten notes of the master teachers at the end of each session. Plus doubt solving, you can solve all your doubts with the help of our specialized team of class teachers who would be there with you throughout the session, catering to your doubts. At the end of each session you are going to get assignments, solving which will be able to understand whether you have understood the concept. We also give you performance tests, and we give you the performance reports as well, and you will be able to analyze how much are you prepared. Okay, plus chapter wise courses. If you find any difficulty in any chapter, you can take the micro course related to that particular chapter. We've also launched a lot of crash courses right now in which you can get yourselves enrolled. So all these are for free, and the enrollment price is also very less, very affordable, guys. So you just need to visit the link in the description box and use the coupon code SWREPRO, and this is the price. Per class price only 6 rupees till March 21. So yes, we are there for you guys till the end. We are not leaving you, right? So we are always there, always with you, always at your rescue. Okay, so you just need to visit the link and use the coupon code SWREPRO. Now we will be delving into the explanation. Now, what does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. So the poet begins with a refrain, okay, and which sets the tone of the entire poem, right? And he himself is he himself is answering his own question, right? And then how is this plant going to be a friend of, um, you know, 1 minute. Yeah. So, yeah. So a friend of sun and sky. How is that? How is a tree going to be a friend of sun and sky? Because it's going to reduce the temperature. It's going to be making the sky pure, right? So that is the advantage. Okay. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. Now, breezes is, 1 second. Let me take another color so that it's easier. 1 second. Oh, let's take purple, right? So, breezes is soft wind. Okay. So, flag of breezes. Okay, the shaft of beauty towering high. Shaft is a ray. Okay, so basically, the plant, just as this is a plant, you can see, right? So just when the breeze blows, okay, when the breeze blows, the plant, sways, right? So this is compared to a flag swaying, right? And the poet is comparing the plant swaying in the breeze with the flag. Okay, so this is reassuring. So the sight is very pleasant. The sight of the flag, the sight of the tree, which looks like a flag, which is swaying in the breeze, is very pleasant because it's reassuring the nourishment that it provides. It seems as if it is reassuring the nourishment that it provides. It's a shaft of beauty. It means a pole. Shaft is basically a pole. It's like a ray of beauty, pole of beauty. So that pole of the flag. So the stem is compared to that. Okay, towering high. So it's very tall, right? It's very tall. The speaker now adds that a man Okay, so here he compares the leafy branches of the tree to a flag, as I told you, and the stem to the beautiful shaft. Here it is a pole, okay, of the flag, right? So he plants a home to heaven anai. Now, anai means near, okay, anai means near. For song and mother croon of bird. Now, what is this croon? Croon is the soft lullaby which is sung by the mother birds, okay, to their babies to make them fall asleep, right? So, what is the poet saying? That by planting by planting a tree, a man plants a home for the sweet singing birds in the sky near the heaven. That means it is as if the man who is planting a tree is bringing heaven close. Okay. He keeps the earth habitable for birds and helps maintaining the ecosystem. So here you see, he plants a home to heaven anai. That means he is planting a home near the heaven. He is bringing heaven closer to us, right? How is this a heaven? He is talking about this in the next few lines, because we can hear the soft lullaby of the mother bird, right? So definitely it is making the earth habitable for birds, and thereby helping and maintaining the ecosystem. In hushed and happy twilight heard. So what is heard? That soft lullaby, right? In treble of heaven's harmony. Treble is a high pitched sound, okay? These things he plants. Who plants a tree, right? So in the quiet and happy twilight is just when the sun sets, okay? So it's a period of transition before the night falls, and so it's basically the interval between night and day, right? That's twilight, right? So we hear those birds chirping, which is harmonious to heaven's own tune. So it is in sync with heaven's own tune, right? So he is words like heaven and I, heaven's harmony, towering eye, is giving an impression that the work of planting a tree is indeed a heavenly and glorious deed. So by using these words, the poet's purpose is to glorify that man who is planting a tree. So therefore motivating us all of us to plant a tree, because he is referring to this task of planting a tree as a glorious deed. And the finishing line of the stanza forms a whole logical whole with the opening line, one asking a question and the other completing the answer. So it is a complete logical whole, right? Next stanza is, what does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain. All right. So again, he begins with a question similar to the first stanza. The plant provides us with cool shade. It brings rain and seed and bud of days to be and years that flayed. And this is a very important line. This comes in your papers as well. Okay. So please mark this, right? So, a tree will produce seed and bud in future. Years will pass silently, but the tree will remain there through its seeds producing new trees. Now, let me explain this line, right? So, definitely, the one who is planting a tree, he is planting what? What else along with the tree? The seed and the bud of days to be. Days to be is he's referring to the future, right? So in future that tree will grow, it will produce flowers, it will have buds, right? So just as years has been personified. So just as one year ends and the new year begins, fade is to die, flush is to, come back again, right? So just as a year dies and again it, takes birth, another year comes. Similarly, even when the tree is going to die and become old and die, of course, trees are living beings, so it will not remain forever. It will grow and it will age and it will become old and die, right? But it will come back again, because the seeds that it will leave behind, it will grow again to a new tree, right? So uh, therefore the tree will remain there through its seeds producing new trees. So one tree will die, become old and die, but its seeds will produce uh, you know new trees. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest's heritage. Heritage is legacy. Okay. So the trees are the main elements that make a plain area green and beautiful. That is why we, go to a place which is filled with greenery. We admire the beauty of that place, right? We click so many pictures. Why? Because that looks so beautiful, right? So the poet says that the person who will plant a tree, he will plant the glory of the plain, because then what will happen will today's single tree will turn into a forest someday, and it will become, so the man planting a tree now would be planting a forest's heritage. All right. And the plain area would also become beautiful, because one tree will give rise to many other trees, and it will turn into a green area, right? The harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see, these things he plants, who plants a tree. So, harvest of a coming age. So, planting a tree today would give fruits in coming days. Our next generation would be delighted seeing so much vegetation, and they would reap the benefits. They would also reap the benefits, right? So all the credit goes to the man. So the man who is planting a tree is not just planting, he's not just doing something beneficial for his surrounding and himself and his surrounding, but for the entire nation and also for the upcoming generation. Okay, so importance of planting tree for making this earth a better living place for future generations, not just for present, but also for future. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood. So these are the products, the useful products that we get from plants. In love of home and loyalty, and a far cast thought of civic good. So those who plant a tree, they think about, they are loyal to their home as in they are loyal to this earth, right? Because planting a tree would make this earth close to heaven, right? A place worth living, right? So he is thinking about civic good. Okay, he is visionary. Far cast thought is a man becoming visionary. He's thinking about the future. He can see the future. He is a visionary. His blessings on the neighborhood, right? So definitely he is loyal to his earth. As I told you, he's doing his civic duty, his blessings on the neighborhood. So all these are reflected in sap and leaf and wood. That means in everything of plant there is something beneficial for us, right? Who in the hollow of his hand, this is the hollow of his hand, in this way, right, holds all the growth of our land. A nation's growth from sea to sea stirs is stimulates. Okay, in his heart, who plants a tree. So growth of the entire land, right, contributes to the nation's growth. When a tree is planted, it sets in motion the progress of nation from sea to sea. And all these starts from the progressive thought in man's heart who plants a tree. Okay, so the man who is planting a tree has progressive thought, and he also has a kind heart, just as the tree has, right? So the capitalization, yes, note the capitalization in his. That indicates that the man who plants a tree is all powerful, and he's the destiny maker. He is holding, when he is holding the entire future, entire nation in the hollow of his hand when he is planting a tree. So he is so powerful, right? This is to motivate us. If we want to achieve that state, we have to plant a tree, right? So this is something which is very, very, very beautiful and very useful, especially in today's context, guys. So let's go green. Let's be motivated by this poem, and let's go green and let's plant a tree, each one of us, right? So he's talking about the man's heart, his feelings, his dreams, right? Throughout the poem, he's talking about all of these things when he is planting a tree, right? So this leads to the title as well, That is the heart of the tree. So it ends up composing the poet ends up in composing an uncommon piece of poetry out of a common topic, that is the usefulness. It's a very common topic, right? The usefulness of a planting a tree. But look at how beautifully the poem has been constructed. All right, guys. So talking about the literary devices, the poet personifies the tree definitely. So first we have personification, a friend of sky and sun, right? Then we have metaphor, the flag of breeze. Okay, I have already explained the comparison to you. The shaft of beauty, these are examples of metaphor. Metaphors are basically indirect comparison. Okay, then we have circumlocution, using days to be for future and unborn eyes for next generation. That is circumlocution. Okay, so when days to be is used for what? Future. So the it's circumlocution is basically when you do not say it, when you say something in a roundabout manner instead of directly stating it, right? So for future, it is days to be. For next generation, it is unborn eyes, right? Transferred epithet is in hushed and happy twilight heard. So this is, the transfer of the epithet from one, one a noun to the other, right? So next is metonymy. Metonymy here is he plants a home to heaven and I. The treble of, this is one example, he plants a home to heaven and I. And the next one is the treble of heaven's harmony. That's also an example of metonymy. All right, guys. So with that, and yes, we also have alliteration here. Okay. So that is also another figure of speech. All right, guys. So with that, let us move. These are the major figures of speeches, and major poetic devices. And the other poetic devices I've already mentioned in the other video. Okay, so please go through them as well, right? So now we come to the 3-mark questions. This is the extract, guys. We've just gone through this poem. So this is the very first stanza. The question is, what is meant by the treble of heaven's harmony? Very important question. I've already explained this to you. So the sound of the breeze rustling the leaves, the crooning of the bird to their young ones, and the sound of the creatures in the twilight all mingle together and create a music which seems like a musical effect producing a musical note which is producing a divine effect. Treble is something which, treble is a high pitched sound, right? So it is producing a beautiful harmony as if it is in sync with heaven's own music, right? So that is the answer. And the last question is for 4 mark, guys. This is the extract, okay? And the question is, how is the planting of the tree a harvest of a coming age? So definitely the future generation, when he's talking about the future generation. So since I have already given you the entire explanation, you can take points from there as well, right? So the future generation will see the tree in its glory as a towering tree with thick trunk, okay, that could be put to various use, right? So he's talking about a transition from tender youth to adulthood. So see, here the poet is not just talking about, the youth and adulthood, transition from youth and to adulthood, about human beings, but he's also talking about the tree over here. From a sapling, it is going to become a tree. So definitely he's talking about that transition from youth to being an adult. And this would be enjoyed by the future generation, the upcoming generation. And with that, guys, this is the question that I want you to answer in the comment section. What message is relevant to the present age of the poem? To the present age in the poem. Okay. So how, the contemporary relevance of this poem, which is very, very important. As I told you, as I began my session with this very, topic about the contemporary relevance. Okay? So with that, guys, we will be ending the session. I hope you enjoyed the session. Don't forget to hit the like button and do share the video amongst your friends if you enjoyed it, and do comment on the homework question. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you again in the next session. Till then, take care and bye-bye.